From Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight on the news, the latest on a petition to challenge a Lincoln City ordinance. Were enough signatures collected?
Plus, local COVID numbers continue to trend in a positive direction. We'll have the update from health officials, but first.
The building is a train wreck.
An early morning fire leaves behind a total loss for a local market southwest of Lincoln. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. The Shadowbrook Farm Country Market went up in flames yesterday morning, injuring one of their very own.
And now the family is left picking up the pieces. Channel 8's Alexis Koneski has the story.
Yeah, that's right, guys. During an initial investigation, the fire marshal estimates the building at about a $200,000 loss. But to the family who has built this place from the ground up, it's so much more than that.
We were woken up in the morning by dogs barking and
pounding
on our door, alerting us to it, and I looked out the door and
scary.
There were flames up the middle portion of the building, which you can see behind a good 10 or 15 feet above the roof line at that point.
Something you never want to be woken up for.
This is the scene Kevin Loth and his wife Sharuth Van Boozenkamp woke up to early Monday morning. Flames taking over their livelihood, the Shadowbrook Farm Country Market.
It's hard to put it into words.
We were very disoriented, and took us a minute to be able to collect the composure to dial 911.
Here's what the local farm looked like just 1 year ago. I did a story with them and talked to one of the co-owners, Ian. He was injured in the fire and was rushed to a hospital where he is still recovering, but is expected to be okay.
He definitely got some bad burns, mostly second degree, a little bit of third degree, so he might need a little bit of skin graft on one hand.
I went and visited Ian again this morning, and his spirits are really good. His face is rosy. He's got some cheek burns, and he's got some hand burns.
Now it's time to clean up what's left behind and start over, a business that stood tall on West Denton Road since the late 90s.
I want to have optimism, but the optimism could be that we're moving on. We don't think so. We're pretty strongly committed to continuing, rebuilding. We've considered retail spaces in town before. This might be an opportunity for that. It might be an opportunity to kind of spice this place up a little bit. We just don't know yet.
They said in light of the situation, they have received an overwhelming amount of support from the community, something that words can't even describe how thankful they are for.
There are just so many people reaching out to us and asking, what can we do? When can we do it? How can we show up? And just give us a shovel, give us a broom, let us know what you need.
Now, a GoFundMe is in the works for Ian to help cover medical expenses and a whole lot of special seeds that were lost in the fire. A cause of the fire has not yet been determined. The market hopes to sell products soon, just out of a truck or stand for the time being.
Alexa, thank you very much for our top story tonight. And on a related note, the county is also seeing an increase in grass fires.
Yeah, the dry ground and air plus winds have created basically a perfect storm for this. Officials say it's something they see every spring, but this year especially, because this is the driest start to a year in nearly a century. Lincoln Fire and Rescue says it's important to be mindful of this and prepare the best you possibly can.
I think that anytime we're looking at the ground being so dry, we are concerned about that. So ways that people can help is by cutting any long grass that's around the home, making sure that you try to water. I mean, I know it seems really early to be watering, but to begin to dampen that soil and the grass is a good idea.
Grass fires can get out of control very quickly and can be very hard to stop. Lincoln Fire brings on more crews, brings them in to fight these fires. They recommend not burning for the next several days. An update now tonight on Lincoln's controversial fairness ordinance.
The Nebraska Family Alliance gathered signatures to challenge it. They needed a little over 4,000, and today they updated us on how many they received.
Today, we submitted to the city clerk 1,365 petitions with 18,501 individual signatures.
Now the signatures will need to be verified, and then the City Council will have to make a decision to either rescind the ordinance or put it on the ballot. The ordinance extends protections to include sexual orientation and gender identity and updates definitions of marriage, race, and natural origin.
This ordinance is much more and much worse than just a bathroom bill. The ordinance also defines sexual harassment as any action, including speech, that has the effect of creating an intimidating or hostile or offensive environment in employment, housing, and public accommodations. This means you could be liable for an illegal act simply for expressing biblical or traditional views on marriage and human sexuality, or for not using someone's preferred pronouns if it causes someone else to feel offended.
A couple members of the LGBTQ plus community also showed up to the news conference.
I mean that we do love our neighbors.
Yeah, you do not.
And so
my neighbors are bigoted and attack vulnerable people.
Again, the Nebraska Family Alliance collected more than 4 times the needed signatures to challenge the ordinance. If the City Council agrees to let voters decide, it would be on a future ballot, but there's no guarantee it would be until this November. More good news on the local COVID front. The risk dial is moving into the mid-yellow, which is moderate risk.
Yeah, you can see it right here. Last week it was in the low orange or high risk category. And one of the big reasons for the change, positive cases continue to drop.
And over the past week, the number of new cases has again declined from 430 the previous week to 264 the week ending February 26th. As this chart shows, we've now seen cases decline for 6 consecutive weeks.
Also, the number of COVID-19 patients in hospitals is also down. The 7-day rolling average was 141 on February 1st here in the local area and 54 on the 27th, a decline of about 62%. The positivity rate hasn't changed much, still a little more than 8% right now. Well, down at the state capitol today, continued efforts to eliminate the State Board of Education.
One senator wants to replace it with a commissioner of education appointed by the governor. Senator Lou Ann Linehan says the Board of Education collects taxpayers' money but doesn't do anything to create its own funding, and therefore should report to the governor. She says she was thinking of a way to change things even before the Department of Education started talking about state sex education standards.
I've actually thought for a long time, maybe even before I was elected to this job, this state senate, that I don't like the governance structure of public education in Nebraska.
It's not the first time something like this has been proposed. In fact, it's actually the 3rd time in my time as commissioner that's been proposed. So I don't think it's just about current events, but also what's the best structure for an education system overall.
Well, much more on how this would work and what both sides have to say about it tonight on our newscast at 6. Also at the Capitol, a new bill would lift a statute that bans insurance companies from covering abortions.
That's right. Right now, women must pay out of pocket for the expensive procedure, and those who support the bill say this would help alleviate the cost for women with unwanted pregnancies.
Our current laws don't do anything to decrease abortions in Nebraska. They just punish women who end up needing them. Many of these women may already be struggling financially, and the burden of medical bills incurred from abortion care may contribute to keeping them in a cycle of poverty.
Now, several people who support the current ban on insurance companies paying for abortions also spoke at the hearing. They said in particular when it comes to Medicare and Medicaid, they don't want the government paying for abortions.
Abortion is not health care. Abortion is a terrible and tragic evil that the state should not subsidize or otherwise encourage. Nebraska has a long-standing state policy of providing, quote, protection for the life of the unborn child whenever possible.
Now, Senator Megan Hunt introduced the bill. She says she does not expect it to pass out of committee during this legislative session, but she says she wanted to start the conversation. Also in the legislature, the importance of equal access to education for all Nebraska students.
Specifically talked about today, deaf students.
Despite the best intentions of NDE, local school districts, teachers, and interpreters, many deaf students have struggled to have the same access to education as their peers, and ultimately, college or future employment is at stake.
The proposed bill would provide funding to the Department of Education for training interpreters. 300 deaf and hard of hearing students in Nebraska use interpreting services. Now, there are 100 interpreters available, but only 60 of them are actually qualified for the job. If passed, training would help interpreters become fully certified, making education for deaf and hard of hearing students more accessible.
All right, let's get to your first forecast now. And yesterday was a beauty. Today, yeah, it's about, well, even better.
That's right. Temperatures more like where we should be on May 15th. So we've skipped right ahead into late spring and almost early summer around here, at least for today and for tomorrow. See, live look outside. We've had mainly blue skies out there. We've had a couple of high thin cirrus clouds and some shields of cirrus clouds passing overhead at times. But boy, what's a nice day. We made up to 76 degrees this afternoon in the capital city. That is the warmest March 1st in 16 years. It also is the warmest temperature we've had in the capital city in just over 4 months. You've got to go back to October 19th to find a day this warm or warmer. So it's been quite some time since we've seen temperatures like this. And it's not just us, the entire state getting in on the upper 60s and 70s. 73 McCook at 73 in Broken Bow, and at 74 degrees right now in Grand Island. Now, the other thing to notice is the dew points are starting to increase, which actually will help just a little bit with the fire danger concern. So dew points now are in the 30s. Still relatively dry air, but not like yesterday where we had that huge swing in temperatures of 51 degrees, and that was because of the dry air we had in place of dew points in the teens. We're watching a weather system out to the west. That still brings us a chance for some rain later on this week. For this evening, though, clear skies, 55 by 8, mild still at 10 o'clock with a temperature of 48 degrees. Just how low we get tonight, another warm day tomorrow, and we'll take a closer look at our chances for rain in our Storm Alert Team forecast.
All right, thank you, John. Now to the latest developments in Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
Ukrainian officials say Russia is escalating attacks, changing their tactics by attacking from the air and seemingly targeting civilian areas. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
Russia escalating its attacks on Ukraine, hitting the main broadcast tower in Kyiv with a missile Tuesday. Ukrainian President Zelensky saying at least 5 were killed as the tower burst into flames. The tower is located near one of the most prominent Holocaust memorial sites in Europe. The memorial's board says it was also damaged in a strike. The Kremlin striking Ukraine's second largest city of Kharkiv, targeting its central square and an administration building. According to Ukrainian officials, killing several and injuring dozens more.
Russian strikes are hitting schools, hospitals, residential buildings. They're destroying critical infrastructure.
Just outside of Kyiv, a crater now right in the middle of what appears to be a neighborhood. A 40-mile Russian convoy still advancing on the capital city, though a senior U.S. defense official says they appear bogged down, essentially in the same place for a day now. The Russians believed to be running out of food and fuel for their troops as they meet more resistance than expected. The official adds they could just be regrouping.
They continue to want to move on Kyiv, to capture Kyiv, to take Kyiv.
Ukrainian President Zelensky says his country desperately needs help from the European Union, with Russian troops now increasing their airstrikes. Zelensky met with a standing ovation from the EU's parliament, but says he needs to see that support put into action. Adding Ukraine will fight more than anyone else, but left alone against Russia, they cannot manage. Meanwhile, Western diplomats walking out on Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov's speech at the top UN Human Rights Forum.
As sanctions continue to cripple Russia's economy, the U.S. and its allies are working together to release 60 million barrels of oil to help with the cost of fuel and to send a unified message to global oil markets that there will be no shortage of supplies as a result of this war. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And coming up, a delicate balancing act ahead for President Biden tonight.
It'll be his first State of the Union address. We'll have the details after the break.
With CHI Health Clinics,
National news now. President Biden will deliver his first State of the Union address in just a few hours now.
And it comes amid Russia's invasion of Ukraine, as well as several domestic issues like inflation and the pandemic. ABC's Faith Abube has a preview.
A delicate balancing act ahead for President Biden tonight in his first State of the Union address. The president's primetime speech coming as Russia's war rages in Ukraine, testing Biden's foreign policy decisions and American leadership on the world stage.
We got to prove democracy works.
The president will highlight the global battle between democracy and autocracy, touting his administration's work leading allies in a coordinated effort to push back against Russian aggression. Here at home, the president will focus on a unity agenda, initiatives that have historically brought both sides of the political aisle together. Democrats are also eager ahead of the midterm elections to hear President Biden focus on his domestic wins and the return to normalcy from the COVID pandemic.
At the beginning of last year, we were facing the very worst of the pandemic. Unemployment was over 6%. Today, as we continue to face the serious challenges of our time, just look at how far we've come.
Part of those challenges, high gas prices and a historic inflation, have tanked the president's poll numbers. His approval rating at an all-time low. Only 37% in a recent ABC News Washington Post poll approve of his job performance. The president is expected to acknowledge the pain Americans are feeling while laying out a path forward.
The American people have a lot of questions they'd like answered. Why Democrats plunged ahead with reckless spending that caused the worst inflation in 40 years.
And security is tight in the nation's capital tonight. The fencing around the Capitol is back. The National Guard and law enforcement are on high alert for protesters and trucker convoys. On Capitol Hill, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dissauer.
Another really nice day. Yesterday we topped out in the upper 60s. Today we said, we'll go right past that. Lower and mid 70s around here. We made it up to 76 degrees this afternoon. That was a live look from Schoen's Roofing in Beatrice. Here's a live look now from Honda of Lincoln. Lots of blue skies, beautiful sunshine out there. We made it all the way up to 76 degrees this afternoon in the capital city. That is the warmest temperature that capital city has experienced since October 19th. So you got to go back to almost 4.5 months ago to find temperatures this warm. Back on that day to hit 76 degrees. So on top of that, this is also the warmest open to March since 2016, or make that 2006. So it's been 16 years since we've seen temperatures like that. We're still sitting in the low to mid 70s right now in the capital city. It's 72 in Firth, 72 at Branch Oak Lake, also 72 degrees in Seward, Milford, and Friend, a popular number right now. And we've got 72 out towards York and 75 degrees in Hebron. So everybody getting in on this warm weather action. You can see some of those high, thin clouds overhead showing up on satellite imagery. I think as we go through the overnight hours, we'll likely see mostly clear skies. So a few clouds out there, but for the most part clear. This evening, though, temperatures slowly falling off. 8 o'clock still in the mid 60s, 10 o'clock in the mid 50s, even by midnight, low 50s. Will cool off by morning, only dropping into the middle to upper 30s. 36 for low in Lincoln, 37 in Beatrice, and only 37 degrees in Grand Island with a light wind. Sunny skies as we start tomorrow. I think by midday we may see a few clouds popping up, turning skies partly cloudy at worst. But notice by noon we're already up to 70 degrees. As we head towards the afternoon, we'll once again pop back up into the mid 70s for the afternoon. I'm forecasting once again 76. We may even hit 77 degrees. Now the record for tomorrow is 79. So we should fall just short of that. That was set back in 1992. But nonetheless, we're talking near 80 degrees in Beatrice, Hebron, and Fairbury, 76 in York, and 74 for our high in Columbus. Winds will start to turn a little breezy tomorrow, southwest shifting around to the west and eventually around to the northwest, gusting at times to 18 miles per hour. So if you want to head up to the driving range tomorrow, a fantastic day to do so, especially if you're coming home from work. Temperatures by 5 o'clock, 76 degrees, 70 degrees still by 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. So a mild day. We were talking earlier about the grass fires around the area. Wanted to show you what the view looks like from space. Satellite imagery picking up on some of the fires around the area in the last 24 hours. You can see how they're scattered around the eastern half of the state as dry air still remains in place, and we could use some rainfall. long-range computer models over the next 7 days spitting out anywhere from about 1/4 of an inch of rain coming our way, and it's going to come specifically Friday night into Saturday morning. You'll see this area of low pressure out to the west. That will start to spread moisture our way. Again, late Friday night, Saturday morning, we'll likely see some rain. Now, during the day on Saturday, as the jet stream winds begin to increase, it's going to push all the clouds out of the way. We're going to get a dry slot likely into the area. That's going to allow some sunshine coming through and a quick warm-up Saturday afternoon before we start cooling things back down. And the 8 to 14-day outlook also suggests by the Climate Prediction Center that we're going to see much cooler temperatures coming our way during that time period. 7-day forecast is 68 degrees on Friday, 68 again on Saturday. It's going to much of the day will be spent cool until that sunshine pops out. Then some snow returns to the area for Sunday night. A high of only 38 degrees that day. Snow showers that night, early Monday morning, and then we'll see temperatures going back in the mid-50s by middle of next week, and then another chance for some showers and maybe some snow coming our way as we head out towards March 10th or 11th.
All right, thank you very much, John. A down day on Wall Street today, the Dow plummeting nearly 600 points. NASDAQ also falling 219. Here are your numbers. We'll be right back.
Tonight, the State of the Union, from the economy to the pandemic, where the nation is headed. David Muir reports from Washington. Plus, America's stand against Putin's war in Ukraine. World News Tonight with David Muir is the most watched program on
What were you saying, John? This temperature is more like May what?
May 15th, to be exact. Yeah, we hit 76 degrees this afternoon, so we've definitely turned the page, a couple of pages through the calendar. So this evening, feeling very nice, 68 degrees at 6, 55 at 8, 48 degrees by 10. By the way, we gain 3 minutes of daylight tomorrow, as our sunrise will go to 6:59 in the morning, sunset at 6:19. Today's sunset is at 6:18 p.m.
All right, thank you, John, and thank you all for joining us.
World News is next. See you back here at 6.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
The spas are here. Truckloads of spas arriving weekly. Hurry in today. These spas are going fast. Spas are in stock and ready for immediate delivery. Supreme Spa.
Closed captioning on Channel 8 Eyewitness